What's going on? What's going on, everybody? We about to get right on into it in a little bit. Just get everything set up, and we about to get right on into this. Now we about to get right on into it. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Just like that. What's going on? We about to get right on this video. Episode 93 of Charts and Chats. Let's see what we can do. So first things first, we're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna mark up the previous day's highs and previous day's lows. Let me use a magnet. Why not? We got the previous day's high. We got the previous day's low right down here. Just like that. Now we're gonna get the 12 a.m. open, which is gonna be right at the open of this candle. And we're gonna get the previous day's Asian session range, which is going to be from 18 o'clock right here, all the way right here. So let me see from there. Yeah, just like that. It's a smaller Asian session because we did have this gap in between here, but nonetheless, we still can make this work out. So now that we have the outline, we can overall see what's overall happening. You can see right down here, we came, traded below the 12 a.m. open, traded into what level this is. It doesn't look like any main big figure or mid figure level, but you could tell that this is more than likely going to be our low of the day. If this is the case and this ends up being the low of the day, then more than likely we're going to see a potential London continuation move today. So what do I mean by that? More than likely, I want to see price continue the overall trend from London session. So I'm simply going to be looking for a pullback to happen during the New York session. So you can see we're losing that momentum. Simply going to wait for a potential pullback to potentially try to go for that previous day's high. But before that happens, let's get our big figure levels. So first things first, we got 14,000 right up here, which price is coming to as of right now. So it could potentially tap into that level before having that overall drop retracement. So that's something I'm going to be keeping in mind. We got 14,000. We got 13,800 right here. We have 13,700 right here. We have 13,600 right here. And then 13,500 all the way down here. I think there's a smaller level in here too. Yeah, we got 900. So these are the main ones I'm going to be using right here. Matter of fact, I'll mark up 14,100 and then 14,200 also, just to get them all. So I don't think any other levels really going to be needed. So let me see. Now, I'm not going to try to make them all perfect because nonetheless, I don't got the time for that. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the previous day's high, because since yesterday was overall bearish also, I'm going to pull my fib from this high to the previous day's low in anticipation to see what price wants to do. So at this point, there is a potential chance that we could see a potential reversal. Why? Because if we continue yesterday's trend, so if we go to the higher time frame, let's switch these over. If we go to this higher time frame, we are now on the weekly chart. We are overall bearish. Price is moving to the downside, so that's something we are keeping in mind. We did travel to the weekly low. We did clear this low though, so there is a chance that price could be tapping in this area to potentially start to wick going higher. So that's something that could potentially happen. Let's go to the daily. Yesterday was also bearish and it looks like we're having a retracement. So if this is the case, it does look like we could potentially be seeing an engulfing candle. But nonetheless, if I want to see price continue to go higher, then price could potentially have that pullback before going higher. And if it has that pullback, that's still a potential something that I could potentially be catching to go short. What's going on, Martin?
going on, Andre?
What's going on? Time to get active.
Markups, I see you started.
Yeah, it's like we're in a hard place right now, but I think we should be able to go bearish, honestly. I don't think it'll be a long-term move, though. There is a chance it could be a long-term move and continue going all the way lower, but with the way this is, there is a chance that we might get a potential London continuation move, too. So what I'm going to do is if I go short, I'm going to wait for price to have a potential false break scenario. So in my opinion, I think there's a chance that price is probably going to clear this high right here, tap into 14,000 before potentially going lower, and then from there I'm gonna look to be getting out somewhere around 13,800, 13,700, using all these potential buy areas as potential exits, because there is still a chance that price could overall have this potential bullish London continuation. So even though I pulled my fib from yesterday's high to yesterday's low, and we did have a full retracement right now into this fib short, so we could continue that overall bearish trend from yesterday, because we simply had a retracement. We're losing that because we're consolidating now. So I'm gonna wait to see if price is gonna tap into 14,000. From there, I'm gonna look for false break signs, and then from there, I'm gonna try to go short and try to ride this all the way down to at least 13,800, 13,700 at best, which is about 150, 200, 300 points. So we'll see what we could do. So let's go look at US 30 also. What chart is this? Let me get a different US 30 chart. Let me see. Did you mark up yet?
No. Well, I had yesterday's markup. I had the fib where after the expansion, I had drawn a fib. But I was like, well, price needs to retrace. Where could it retrace to? And I started doing some hypothesis yesterday how the trade could play out, and it kind of did. It retraced all the way up to on the NAS, all the way up to the 70%, close to the 70%.
Here, I'm gonna make you host real quick, because I'm gonna go to bathroom just so they can see you mark up too, so they're not just staring at my blank screen. So I just make
US 30. I'll do US 30.
All right, bet. Yeah, that works. All right, so I gave you host. Just now you can share the screen that you're doing. Try to share it.
Okay.
All right, bet. Hold on. Let me just get it here. Where's it at? All right, they can see it. I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
All right.
Good looks.
So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm not sure if they can hear me, but
yeah, they hear you.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do the previous day high. Mark that up. You're gonna do use the trend line tool. Make sure that everything's visible. How I make these lines straight is it would go like this, but I'm hitting shift and it gives it a horizontal feature. Click that down. So previous day high, previous day low is right here, and then it gapped open gapped lower, which means yesterday's low is right here. It's not here, it's here. But we're gonna do the Asian session high, which is right at this orange square. I'm gonna bring that out. Same thing, Asian session low. Pull that out. I'm gonna make that a little bigger now so I can see a little clear. We're gonna do the 12 a.m. open, which is right here somewhere. This is all the Asian session lows, so remember, actually just say that's low. And then this is the 12 a.m. open right here, because all this is mostly the Asian session. So we have these marked out. Let me tag them. Previous day high, previous day low, Asian session high, Asian session low, actually, this is the I'm gonna call this the, because for some reason my it's not the full. This is actually more, but and this is the Asian session low. We'll say. This is the 12 a.m. open. Okay, so we have targets here, guys, and from what we can see that yesterday there was a bearish expansion. So what we can do is draw the fib tool from these highs to this low and see where price can essentially retrace to. So we see here, let's go to the 15-minute actually, guys, and it's not from the high, it's from the bodies. So I'm gonna kind of just bring this down here, and that's actually good right there at the bodies. 15-minute. Let's see what the 30 minutes is looking like. Actually bring this down a little lower, refine it a little, and that's good. Okay, so we see that price wicked and almost tapped the 70%. There are order blocks. There's up candle, down move, breaker block, using this as support. I see a breaker block here, guys. And what we're gonna do is it's already trading into that breaker block for a continuation upwards. Later, Mars. It's holding it right here, but if it doesn't hold, this will be the, I don't know, like just let's see how price reacts here actually. But this is US 30 Dow Jones hour. Just checking out the 4-hour now. There's still these lows right here. It could take out target, so 33,000. But we know that big figure levels are 34. There's one right here. 33.8 is right here. It's another big figure level. It's above it right now. It could target it and actually go lower. 33,500. It didn't really take out the 500 level yesterday, so it may come back down to 500 and actually dip even lower to the 200 big figure level, which is like right here. And if we catching a really good retracement right now for a move lower for the rest of the week, it could target 33,000. So if we can get in, catch a little retracement into this area right here, last up candle before the down move, up candle. So there's this breaker block right here too on a daily. You can see that is up in the 62. That order block. So this isn't a bearish order block, and this is a bullish breaker block. Depending on how price reacts in this range, there's going to be a reaction. But if we're getting in at 70 to 79%, from right here, if price goes up, we get in right here and then catch the move lower. We could, over the next couple of days, have gotten a good spot depending on where price wants to go to. You know, take out the low and then make its way up. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Short term right now, there might be an expansion because of time of day. It's 15 minutes. There might be a move higher, which would be from where this price is to where the 79 is. That's 250 points on the Dow. So there could be an expansion off this 30-minute breaker block that it created. It's holding. See what happens. There's still room come up to the 79%, 230 points, and then the move lower, which would be there's this bearish order block right here too, so it needs to. It's not too far. It could just come up real quick. Honestly, I want to give it back to Andre here. I see Andre's back. Hey, what's up, Andre?
What's going on? What's going on? All right, I'll reclaim it right now. I was just able to reclaim it. What happened? What happened?
All right, cool.
All right, bet. Let me get that screen up. Yeah, I just did my little markup once I got back. So this is just my markup on US30. Same thing that's happening on NAS, ideally. I still want to see price overall continue lower. NAS 100, I do think there's a chance we could get a potential false break and tap into 14,000 before we fall. That's honestly what I think, because we haven't tapped into it yet, and we have these equal highs right here. So I think we could tap into it potentially, then show willingness to go lower. US30 looks slightly different. It looks like we could already wicked into this 34,100 and we're holding below 34,000 and showing a willingness to go lower. So what I could do, how big is it? What a wick be? Yeah, I'm either gonna wait for price to go higher and do this false break scenario, or I'm gonna wait for price to break this low, and I'll just look for a potential pullback into it to try to catch that drop lower. So those are the two scenarios that I'm looking to do to short right now. Just keeping in mind, yesterday was a bearish day, so I'm going to try to stick with the overall bearish trend. So even though there could be a potential London continuation, since we were bearish yesterday, I'm going to stick to the bearish side for now. So I'm ideally going to be looking to at least get to around 13,800 to around 13,700, which is about 200 pips. So if I use about a 50 pip lot size, I'm still going to be able to try to potentially get a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 today. Then if we come to US30, it's a very similar situation. I pulled my fib from the London low of the day to this high, and this is the area that we're going to be looking to get out, and you can see that's in confluence with this 33,700 level, the Asian session high, and we have the fib long. So we'll see what's happening. It's a area of high confluence. So as of right now, we're just going to see what's going to happen. Let me get this off. Where is it at? Yeah, and we're just gonna see what's gonna happen. But yeah, that's really it right now. We're just waiting. The markups are done. Now we just gotta wait for the setups to actually play out. So like I said, I'm gonna look for potential false break right here of these highs to go lower, and if I don't get that, I'm simply just going to wait for price to go lower, have a retracement, then drop lower from there. So these are the two situations that I'm looking to potentially happen right now. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna wait. We'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see which pair moves first. I think US30 might be moving first, honestly, just because US30 is already showing the willingness to go lower. Let me move this over. Just like that, just so it's not in the way of the candles. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see which one moves first, and whichever one starts to move first, we'll get a good idea on what's going to happen overall. So we will see. Only time will tell. That's really it for right now. Nah, we lit. Let's see what happens, y'all. Now it's about just being patient. My whole body hurts from snowboarding. That shit killed me.
That's a workout, bro.
My legs still hurt. I had a whole headache yesterday. My head was done. It was fun though. I'll do that again. No cap. I'm trying to go to Colorado or something like Aspen and go snowboarding.
Gotta play Young Dolph.
You said what?
You gotta play what is it? Young Dolph, the Aspen song he has.
Oh, Young Dolph. Yeah, he might think he might.
Aspen.
Yeah, Colorado, Aspen. That's where it's at. That's like the real snow. Part of me wants to get in now with some sort of just like a small lot size, maybe, or maybe 100 pips. But then again, I kind of do want to wait for it, because if I get in with 100 pips, I could lower the lot size. So even though if price does come up, tap into 14,000, I'll still have room. But if it doesn't, I'll still be getting in with a small enough position to where if it starts to drop, I'll still have enough leverage in there to still make a move. Oh no, I'll see. Let me just get the 50% of the overall area we are currently trading within. See where we are. Yeah, we're right above the 50%. So we'll see. We will see. US30, we're below that 50% of the range we're currently trading in. So since we're above on NAS, ideally if we were looking to short, it would be above here somewhere. So personally, I low-key want to get in. Low lot size, wide risk. So if we start to drop, I can catch that move. But if we go up higher, I'm still going to have enough room in here to try to capitalize on it. I don't know. What time is it? 9:20. I'll see.
Andre.
I'll see. What's up?
That looks like an A B C D type of. It's like one of those consolidation phases where, like you said, we gotta wait to see what happens. But
Yeah, but keep in mind 4 hour too. Look at that candle. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
After coming into this area right up here, losing that momentum, and from yesterday's fib short at 13,900. Ideally, like I said, 14,000 would have been nice to touch, but we might not get that. We might have touched 14,000 maybe over here. No, we didn't. But
yeah, 14,000's a little off now.
Cause this is a bearish order block right here. These two down candles. So if I say what time frame, so I go to say the 8 hour. Look at that. Those 2 hour, 4 hour candles just make one 8 hour candle. Just like that. And you can see that's how what price tapped into all the way up here. So there's a reason why I want to see price go short. So what I'm going to do is anticipation of that. I'm going to go in with a lower lot size first. Get in right here with a lower lot size with about 100 pip stop, which is something I don't usually use, but with using the range that we currently are in is something that's going to have to be necessary. So even with 100 points, still a good risk reward on this. And this is just my first entry. I might potentially get in another entry with a higher lot size with a smaller stop loss. But this is just to get in case the prices goes without me. I'm still want to be able to capture the bias that I want to see. So we'll see. But I have a wide enough stop to if it taps into 14,000, I should be cool. And looking at US30, the way it's moving. Looking at US30, it's also looking very bearish also, and it looks like it's doing something similar also. So even though US30 might have a push, I don't think it would push higher than 34,100. If it does at that point, then this trade is probably going to be invalidated. But I at least want to see price travel to this 38.20%, so around 33,800. And if we do fall to 33,800, ideally I want to see NAS 100 at least fall maybe to 13,800. That would be a valid trade in my scenario. But one thing I am going to be looking for possible re-entry is if price comes down, I'll look for that retracement still, and that's where I'll add my second entry. But if that doesn't happen, I still got position here to try to capitalize on this. So we will see what happened. I got in at 13,926. 13,926, 13,926. Let me do the math. So 1426 is going to be my stop loss. All right, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see. We will see. We got the open in about, I'll say 10 minutes.
Breakout traders are waiting for the breakout, and then we have people who, like us, that know there needs to be a breakout, but we have our stops a little higher than, okay, I see where we're going.
Yeah, so even though I know that there is a chance, I am keeping in mind there is a chance that price can still go higher. That's where my lot size is in a place where I anticipate that could happen, and I'm preparing for it to happen if it happens. So it's all about just knowing what all the probabilities are going to happen. So even though I might not be able to catch a big risk reward trade on this one, there's still a good chance that I could just get a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 2 to 3 if this plays out. And this is just the first safe entry. So if it doesn't play out, it's still going to only be a smaller percent loss. And mind you, the stop is wide. So if I could still cut it short if I came down to it and make my risk even less.
Price could, but you're doing with your stop loss at 100 on your risk to reward tool. So under normal, but the lot size is halved. So yeah, no, you're right.
Yes, sir. And look, I'm just looking at look how it's closing on an hour to 30 minutes. We're slowly losing that momentum after coming into that higher time frame order block, and we're at that fib short. Ooh, I know what's come lower. If we can get an engulfing on a 30-minute, I'll potentially look to get my re-entry there with maybe my stops above these candles here and leave that original. But we'll see how this closes in about 5 minutes. We can close an engulfing. That would be a sign for me to potentially enter. I'll be entering at 13,900, which is another big figure level, with a stop ideally, say above these, which is about 60 points. So we'll see. We will see. Just got to do all the calculations on the lot size. That's all. But look at how we're moving right now. But like I said, just wait for closures. The 15-minute is coming down. Just keep in mind, we do have 5 minutes until the open, so anything could happen still.
As soon as it starts breaking these lows on that consolidation phase, bro, and it closes, that's gonna be hella confirmation for bearish movement. And that
no cap.
flag, like consolidation, like up until this point, if it takes out that bullish engulfing blue candle to the left, 3 candles to the left, and closes,
Nah, that's a fact.
I think we got in at a good time.
Oh. Like I said, worst comes to worst, I'm gonna just add another. Best comes to best, I can just add another entry. Your mine's a little bit lower.
Half lot or with the...
Now, yeah, another half lot, so add up to like 1%. So it's half of 1% right now is what I'm risking. So if I add a re-entry, I'll be risking 1% total.
Yeah, now we just need a retest off this block for another re-entry, like you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying, because this is more. That was like a safe entry right there, and then a re-entry a little later because we're using 100%. Okay, makes sense.
Look here, I want to add another position here though too, and if I add it here, I won't get a re-entry, but we are engulfing. That's the main thing. 16. All right, I'm gonna add another one here. Stops going above that high, and this is the last. So right now, I'm a total of risking only 1% on all of these.
Cool,
the second one is a little bit more risky because the second entry I do have a smaller stop loss. But if this is all engulfing the way I want it to, I don't want to see price come all the way back to these highs up here. I got the stops right here. So still a total of 1% risk. But everything's bearish, so we'll see how this open reacts. We're gonna see what happens, man. We gonna see. We got about 2 minutes until the open. Let's see. US 30. US 30 starting to break lower too. The only thing I don't want to see, I just don't want to see another pullback. Because a pullback could potentially exit my second position. The first one might still be safe. But I just want to see price maybe have a pullback, maybe back into here somewhere. Then keep going lower. But I don't want to see highs get broken at this point. Ugh. Going short. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Going short. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Alright, I think we're slowly getting that 930 momentum. As long as we can close below 13,900, I think it's a good sign that we'll continue going lower. But if we don't close below it, then we can still get that retracement.
Yeah, it's looking healthy.
Do it like that just to make it look a little bit nicer.
This shit is old.
There we got the open. Let's see if we get a retracement. If we get a retracement, ideally, potentially maybe want to see it retrace into this. But if we go any higher than that, we could still potentially stop that second position out. So we'll see what happens. We will see. Yeah, US 30 broke lower. It's coming in this 38.20% level, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Let me pull my fib from this low down here to here. Mark out where potential retracements could also go to. Yeah, we got the 38% right there. Yeah, we'll see. We're going to see what price wants to do here. Right now we're retracing, but we're still in an area where I still want to see price go lower. So we'll see what happens. I just don't want to see have a false break scenario. That's the only thing I don't want to see. Retracement's fine, but going and making a new high. Damn, but the way it's moving though, it looks like it wants to. Damn, yeah, that's the whole engulfing. Yeah. For the second position could possibly be stopped out, so I'm keeping that in mind now. Just weighing all the options, because seeing an engulfing candle like this at the open isn't ideal. There's a lot of momentum in there, so we can easily come and stop that second position out. Anything could happen still. Still overall bearish, but we'll see. US 30, yeah, US 30 didn't have a move like this. We'll see though. It looks like it's probably gonna go for those highs, in my opinion. That's what it's looking for. More than likely gonna do something like this. That's what I think. If price doesn't hold right here. Because right now we're in an area where it's a fib short. So if it doesn't hold, it's going for these highs. And that's just what it is. And if it goes for those highs, I'm probably going to get that second position stopped. But nonetheless, we're going to wait and see what happens. And now we got a rejection, so that's a good sign. Is there news today? Forgot to check. There is. Oh yeah, we got news in 12 minutes. Okay. Maybe that's what we need to keep going lower. We are rejecting, which is a good sign, but doesn't mean we're gonna be in profit. All right, we're coming back to break even on second position almost. Yeah, but the way this is looking, I think we're gonna be good to keep on dropping. Had that retracement, so hopefully that's the big wick. Looks like we came back to retest that order block, but we'll see. Still got a ways to go till TP1 since we were risking a little bit more. At least my TPs are almost in the same area on these two positions. So that's kind of good. There we go. Come on. I need to come for these lows. Once it breaks these lows, we are going to continue to fall. But until we get these lows broken, we can still remain in this range up here. But we are below the 50% of the low consolidation in between this. So it's showing a willingness to go lower. So we just got to be patient right now. That's really what it comes down to. Melting right now. Yeah, I want to say it's melting. We're still consolidating. US 30 is melting though. See, US 30 is what I would have wanted to see. US 30 came all the way below. So if we look at NAS on the higher time frames, we are rejecting. I do want to see it come lower, but we still look like we could have this potential false break scenario. US 30, we'll see how it reacts at this 33,700 area. NAS, I'm waiting for it to continue to fall lower. We still got about, if we fall like US 30, we still got about 90 to 180 pips to fall. So US 30, yeah, US 30 fell. So at this point on US 30, if you took shorts, I would be looking for potential taking profits within here, because we are coming into an area where if we are bullish, it's going to start to react down here. NAS still hasn't really moved, but we'll see. It's probably just going to follow along later. If not, it is what it is. Ideally, for my first, I'm going to take some partials at this 38.20% level, just because I know that we could potentially get some reactions. So looks like we're slowly falling. Once we breach these lows, yes sir, slowly getting there. US 30 is, you can see how it came into this area, is kind of struggling to pass through it. So we'll see how it reacts. But I still want to see NAS fall lower, but it's struggling right now. Maybe like the candle, man. Come on. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about these wider risks is because I'm break even still a bit rich right now, but having 100 pip stop loss means my first TB is 100 pips, which is significantly far away. Come on, Nas. What you doing, man? Having a whole nother retracement. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Nas is gonna go for these highs. Like US 30 here, we cleared these highs before we fell. NAS, we didn't clear no highs before we fell, so that's something I'm anticipating could possibly happen right now. I want to stay below 13,900 though, so once this closes in about 8 minutes, I want it to be below 13,900. If it's above, then that's not a good sign for remaining bearish, because it can easily just continue to move bullish, clear those highs, and go lower, which is not what I want to see, but anything can happen. US 30 is starting to have that reaction down there at this fib long. We'll see, because if this flips bullish, then and this never goes lower, this could end up just flipping bullish also. Even though we didn't even come to a 38.20% level or a 62, it could just go bullish from here. If the trend is bullish enough, it will just continue trending. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yeah, US 30 is having a clean reaction, which is not what I want to see, because the fact that we didn't fall over here could mean that if everything starts to go bullish, NAS could just start to push from here. Which, if it happens, it happens. But with the way it's looking, it looks like it wants to engulf this candle, which is a very bullish sign. We will see. But with the way this daily candle looks, I don't know, this looks pretty bullish to me. But even though we're bullish, I think we still need a pullback. If it just pushes from here, then there's no way I was going to buy in this area. There was just no way. We ain't retrace at all. Some days it happens, and this is what it is. Can't kill them all. Can't kill them all. If we could see US 30 start to fall more, say below the 12 a.m., I think from there we'll have a good sign that we'll keep falling over here. But as of right now, this is just in this range. We will see. We will see. Okay. We gonna see, man. Right now, it's like we're in this weird spot where we're just consolidating. We will see. We will see. Sticking to the bears bias. Not gonna move anything. Just gonna let the market do what it gotta do. And this is just a patient game. The US 30 has been moving nice. Has his days, has his weeks. Nas has his days and weeks too.
Yeah, okay. Just drip a little more.
Almost.
Well, I had an aha moment the other day where it's like FOMO comes in two ways. It's and after watching that psychologist video you sent me, it's the fear of missing an opportunity, but also the fear of giving up what you already have,
Mm-hmm.
not letting a trade play out. And that's looking. Well, just let the trade do its thing. But
Facts. Got
daily
into the trade for a reason.
So I had, came to this idea where it's like I make one decision early in the morning, and it's either going to be cut off really fast, 1%, or it's going to have to pay me with through good risk and money management, moving stops and stuff for
That's
the
a
rest
fact.
of the day.
Yeah, right now, I want to stick to this bearish idea, but just the way these candles are forming, engulfing candles are not good signs when looking to short. We're about to close in about 3 minutes. So ideally, I want to see price close below the 50% of the range that we're currently in. But if we close above, then there's a high chance that we're probably going to go for these highs. And if we go for these highs, my second position is going to get stopped out. I'll still be in the first one, but the second one's going to get stopped out, which is not what I want to happen. I want to be able to capitalize on this full move with the full percentages, but can't win them all. So we'll see what happens. Right now, struggling to go lower. US 30 looks like it's rejecting, so it wants to go higher. So if they're both looking bullish right now, it's a high chance that it's probably going to come and stop me out. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't like the way it's forming right now. US 30 would have been the ideal trade, but you can see US 30 had a false break before dropping when NAS didn't. So that looks like what price is potentially going to try and do right here. So we'll see. Second position is about to get stopped out once it clears these highs to the left. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah, second one just got stopped out. I knew it probably want to have a false break. Damn, this is just so bullish. We didn't even have a 38.20% retracement. Nothing.
It's one of those I was telling you about an ABCD. I'll take a screenshot and show you, but this is what warrior trading like people. There's gonna be probably momentum for the rest of the day. That's the breakout, unless it's a false breakout. But
yeah, this is looking bullish now too on US 30. So it looks like it just never wanted to have that drop. And sometimes you just can't do nothing. Like this was not gonna be a buy scenario for me at all. Nowhere in here I would have been looking to buy. We have no reason to look for any buys. This fib is now invalidated. We're gonna see. Second position, we'll see if it gets stopped out or if it's gonna hold. But it looks like we're going for 14,000 right now. So if we go to 14,000, I'll potentially think about adding another position if we show willingness to go lower. But as of right now, I'm just gonna leave that first one in. But we'll see how it react at 14,000 if we're gonna hold it or not. But US30 is looking bullish. Now it's just flipping bullish, so it doesn't look like everything's gonna want to go bearish anymore. Came right to 62%. Red stays in such a high, right to 33,700, and then it's just flipping now. And that's why you do this. Why you do
But
this.
it went right into that daily order block, no?
Where?
Well, I'm not sure if there's daily. I'm on the, I think it's the 1 hour. Oh, it went higher. I don't know. Let's see the daily. No, the 4 hour. Where? This one. 1 hour. 30-minute. I did like a breaker block. Or gap, I don't know what the fuck. How did I get this? I didn't even mark it. Never mind, it's invalid.
Alright, I'm gonna get the last position up in here, anticipating a false break. If this one gets stopped out, well, I'm done for the day after this. I'm gonna have about a 50 pip stop loss. And if it stops it out, it is what it is. I'm done after that. Because I'm sticking to the bearish bias. Even though we just closed, we're going to see what happens. So I got in at 13,978. 14.28. We'll see what happens. If it stops out, stops out. But I'm sticking with the bearish bias. Even though it's not looking good right now, just got to take the chance on what you wanted to see. And I'm not looking for any buys within this area. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Ideally, I want to see it hold 14,000 and go lower. So we'll see how it reacts here. We're within this order block also. Could come to that 50%. But I don't want to have that wide of a stop loss, honestly. So if it taps into and stops me out and it still falls, it is what it is. But I'm not going to have 70, 80 pip stop losses. That's just not what I want. Yeah, I don't know, though. The 15-minute close so bullish. I don't even think it's worth looking for any sells. But at the same time, stick to the bias. Am's flipping so bullish. This shit got real bullish. There's just days where it's gonna trend. Can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, this is like a momentum type of trade, bro, where it's like that consolidation where it gets tight, and then it has that Wyckoff spring into that bullish order block, and then whoop, waited for that breakout, and then people just pushed it. Almost.
Yeah. We'll see how it starts reacting. It's 14,000, but it doesn't even look like it's holding. It doesn't look like it's having any reactions. Just acting like it's not even there.
Yeah. Wow.
We will see what happens. First position is about to get stopped out, though. Once it comes right above here, it's significantly close. So we'll see. Maybe it gets saved, but with the buy looks of it, everything's just going higher and higher and higher. Yeah, first position just got stopped out. Still in the second one, but with the way this is looking, this just wants to stay bullish.
I just got stopped out of my second position. Damn, bro.
Yeah, and that's just flew. US30 had the move that I wanted to see happen. Yeah, everything's just going bullish, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's one of those trending days. Fucking.
Yeah, you can't do nothing on days like this.
Fucking moves. This is like a Ross Cameron type of classic setup right there. Boom, I see it.
Yeah, it's just bullish right now. Probably just gonna cut the other trade short. Cause I don't think it's gonna just flip bearish now. Everything's bullish. I don't see a willingness to go any lower. If anything, people are better off going for longs on US 30 at this point. Yeah. It's about to stop my last position. Just stop my last position. I don't like days like this because it's just there's no reason it should have done this. It just kept going higher. No trade opportunity within here. We'll see how it reacts to 50% of that ordered block, but I don't think it's gonna flip bearish at this point.
Yeah. Just we gotta wait and see, cause that's still an order block, right? The 50%.
Yeah, but look at how the candles, huh? The order block's one thing, but everything is bullish.
Golden candles. Okay, makes
US
sense.
30s engulfing. US 30 had the drop though. It had a retracement at least. NAS just didn't retrace at all. It just kept on. Yeah, no retracement whatsoever. We'll see, but at this point, I don't think anything else is gonna happen with this. So.
Yeah.
1450 little mid-figure level. Yeah, US 30's just flipping bullish. Yeah, from here, if it doesn't start to react to the 50% of this, then the likelihood of it falling is so unlikely. We're not, because this is the last fib level from the fib short. But we do look like we're even engulfing on the daily time frame. So even though we are in this fib short, there's a high chance that this is going to keep going bullish. I want to see maybe if we get some engulfings in this area, there's a chance we can go short. But if we don't get no engulfings on the lower time frames, then I'm good. But I'm looking for it in this area while we're at the 50% of this order block. So I'm looking for engulfings. And if we get that engulfing, I'll look for that potential last trade, but only if I see what I want to see. If it doesn't get those engulfings, then I'm not going to enter nothing. 5-minute engulfing is pretty wise, so I have to be on lower time frame. Let's go to maybe the 2-minute. If we can get say a 2-minute engulfing, I think there's going to be a good sign to go higher, not higher, lower. 1-minute engulfing we're getting. I want to see it close though. Nope, no engulfings. Ugh. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Not ideal. US 30 is just pushing. This just looks like it wants to fall, but it's just struggling.
It might be time to reverse.
It's losing that momentum. I'm just keeping in mind where it's losing this momentum at the 50% of that order block. So it's not just a random area. But I need to see candles show willingness to go lower, because we could simply just keep going bullish as prices did.
Dow
Yeah.
Jones to the US 30, and then that happens.
Yeah. See, that's why you just wait for it to do what it got to do. But right now, I don't think it's gonna go bearish at all.
That's engulfing, but I'm gonna look at Bitcoin.
Yeah, and then US30 just flipped bullish. US30 would have been US30 had both moves that happened. NAS just didn't do shit. NAS literally didn't have shit. No trade opportunities whatsoever. Yeah, it violated this fib, so I don't think it's gonna go bearish at this point. It could hold the order block, but at this point, the likelihood of all that happening is very unlikely. So looks like this ended up being the low of the day. It's looking like a bullish line of continuation overall. Same thing over here. You would have wanted to get in somewhere down here. Clean retracement into it. Started going bullish, and then we still had that retracement. So everything I wanted to see on NAS happened on US30 basically. So it is what it is. Ain't nothing we can do about that. And then now we're in 14,100 area. But unless we're closing below the 50% of this order block, I don't think it's going any lower. Just gonna go higher and do what it gotta do.
Well, my trades got stopped. So I'm done for the day, man. I'll see you later, Andre.
Now you be safe.
All good, man. Just a day that it's a London continuation. Those continuation days that throw us off all the time.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, I'll see you later. You good?
All right, you be safe.
Be safe too, bro. Later.
Yeah, London. It just pushed all day. Ain't nothing you can do about days like this. Like I said, US30 would have been the move you wanted to catch ideally, but if you weren't able to, shit, it is what it is. So there's gonna be another opportunity tomorrow. Can't catch them all. Damn, I really wanted to see that retracement. Can't get what you want all the time. It's just that bullish on the. I knew this ended up wanting to be an engulfing, but the way it's looking now, I don't think we're gonna get any short opportunities. Yeah, we came down, we tapped right into this daily order block down here. Right on into there, and it started pushing bullish. Yeah, so with that note, guys, I'm just end it off here. Ain't no reason to keep trading, especially looking for any shorts. If you get a short, then good shit, but I don't think it's gonna short from here. If it does, well, I just personally don't think it will. So on that note, I'm gonna end it off here. Hopefully you're able to learn something from me today. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you stay motivated by the fear of being average, and I will see you all tomorrow morning for our next live session, trading session. So with that note, I'll talk to you guys later. Everyone be safe. Have a good trading day.